Hey, Red Comet here, and we're back for another episode of our podcast where we're talking about first-person shooters. Today, I've got my friend Manny Castaneda here, and we're going to talk about how sprinting has affected first-person shooter gameplay and how different health systems shape multiplayer gameplay. So, Castaneda, what have you been playing lately?
Picked up the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare from our last podcast. We talked about it a bit, and then Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah, the new, and then like me and my kid have been really into Naruto, so.
Oh, nice.
You know, we bought one for my PlayStation, one for the Switch, but different versions of it.
Sweet.
So we're there. You know.
Did you end up picking up an Xbox or no?
No, not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
Honestly, I think at this point, probably just wait for the next one.
The Xbox, what?
Scorpio, whatever? I don't know.
The big tower?
Yeah. Shit, man, at that point, you're probably just, yeah. Just get a PC. Oh, man, and then that'd be funny. You get your son into PC gaming, and you're like, damn, this got expensive fast. Yeah, so I have to check in. Still winning, right?
Of course. I mean, can't fall.
I actually got a little bit of hands-on time with that new Call of Duty. My friend set it up. He put it on like crazy hard mode. You know, you take a bullet. Oh no, okay, you can take 2 bullets, and then you're dead. Or if you get hit with a shotgun, you're screwed.
Doesn't matter what kind of gun it is?
It doesn't really matter what kind of gun it is, yeah. Anyways, there's that. And then I got to see some of the Fallen Order gameplay. I kind of like that, like, behind the person camera, like third person thing they got going on there.
Oh, you can switch it, though.
Oh, you can?
If I remember right, I remember you can switch the camera angle, like a wider shot, a closer shot, and I think you can put it to first person. But I'm not sure because I don't really mess with that.
Yeah.
I remember doing it by accident because I was just going button crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe exploring that for our game, or like exploring like, you know, the idea of maybe some like melee weapons kind of thing going on. So how far are you getting in that one?
I already beat it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Oh, I freaking loved it. I was iffy because it's EA.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys already messed up the first Battlefront.
Mm-hmm.
Second one was okay from my past mentions.
Yeah. And
then this one, a buddy of ours, Tyler.
Yeah.
He told me that it was a really, really great game.
Yeah.
You know, so I took his word on it. I bought it because it was on sale on the PlayStation Store during Christmas.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say no to that. After playing it, I couldn't put the game down. You know, any spare time I had, kept playing it, and I just loved the last 20, 15 minutes of the game. How it just turned into like this adventure game, and then out of nowhere, it just turned into like a horror game.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like you know, people that played it know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, I loved it.
Earlier, I had Mario, and we were talking about his progression because he's been playing games since he was small, and back like I want to say it's like 2003, 2004. Lots of shooter games. Sprinting wasn't a thing yet. Like for the first Halos, sprinting wasn't there. We were kind of talking about like, did we even notice it wasn't there back then? And so I don't know if you were there for the UT days of Falcon Tech. And then if you really played any shooters like older than, you know, what we played back then.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was there for the UT stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because sometimes Marino didn't make it mandatory to play.
You guys got voluntold.
Yeah. And I was like, what is this game? I don't like it. It's too fast. You know, because like, I mean, I did notice, but I didn't really when I really think about it. Sprinting wasn't really a big part of shooters.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly just shooting people. And when I first played UT, I was like, why in the hell are these people moving so damn fast?
Yeah.
You know, you got characters like going, I'm like, I was like, my aiming sucks, as I mentioned before. And I don't know, and and then having them move faster than what I can aim at, I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this game is not for me. I mean, the only time I get kills is when I had like a rocket launcher in my hand. You know, at least if I can't hit them directly, just like
splash damage.
Yeah, splash damage is good enough. And I mean, I like the game. It was fun, especially because it was all of us students playing it. So you had like 20 some kids.
Yeah.
And we were just like going nuts and stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to kill each other. And then if Moreno got on, you know who we went against.
So that became 31 on 1.
Yeah. We're like, you know, I remember a couple of us were like, hey man, we gotta get Moreno. You know, and we'll try to look for him and stuff. But like, I mean, I was horrible, so he kept, you know, ponying me all the time.
Yeah.
And then I enjoyed it. I miss it. You know, having to play with a bunch of people like that.
Yeah.
In the LAN game.
That missing it, that's the key memory. That's the key thing that's like driving me to build this game.
Right.
Because I want to recapture that. I feel like, especially this last console generation, co-op and LAN parties are dead.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because I've some games got rid of split screen, didn't they?
Yeah. Hardly anything's on split screen.
Yeah, and then people don't do LAN anymore because I mean.
Why? You have the internet.
Yeah, it's more convenient. The part that made split screen and LAN exciting was because I mean you were right next to each other, so you can like talk shit or like, especially when you're doing split screen, you can look at the other screen and be like, where are you? Oh, I see you.
You
know?
camping? Oh,
you're like, that's where you're hiding. I'm doing, you know. And
yeah. Oh, that's when Enraged finally came over there, when he made the trek over from his high school. I don't know if you remember that big like kind of esports thing we were trying to get going back then, but then, you know, we were recruiting students from the other schools. So I had Team Reavers, and then Pete Knight had a team, and so it ended up with us versus Pete Knight. But one of our guys ended up being a student from like Highland coming over, and he was making the practices and stuff. When he went for tryouts, that was his very first time playing Unreal.
oh man.
Like, I don't want to say that was his very first time in a PC shooter, because he previously played some Counter-Strike Source. But he was playing on an old like Pentium 4 with like 2 gigs of RAM and like some old graphics card. Like, so to him, our school PCs were like state of the art. Those old things at that time. But anyways, you know, he made it through the tryouts, like no bias, and ended up making the team. And then we ended up shuffling things around, and he ended up on the Halo team instead, because I think that one dude flaked. But yeah, man, crazy times. The nostalgia of being able to like yell across the room.
Oh yeah. or some people having the balls or the audacity to kick you out because, you know, you were just owning everybody.
Yeah.
And they called the boat to kick you out, and you're like, what the hell, guys? Really? You know, you could just tell them like across the room, like, why?
Yeah.
It's like, cause man, we suck.
Yeah, they ended up. I remember a few times like they kept voting to kick Mario because he was always like playing around and doing like crazy crap.
Oh yeah, Mario was like, I mean, like the guy can dick around and play too much,
but still win. That's the piss off.
Yeah, and that's what made people really mad. Like, you know, he's just there. He sees you, like he kills you, and like he'll go and teabag you. You know, and like you'll see it when you're respawning.
No. You respawn and he's still there. He's still there bagging you. And then when you go to run up to kill him, he hasn't even left to get health or anything, and you're pissed off because you're raging, and he's just sitting there laughing at you. And then he drops you again because like he's playing with, you know, I don't know if he does it on purpose, but like, you know, he's playing with your rage at that point.
Pretty much, man. It's happened to me, man. I mean, he's gotten me a lot, and I'm like, "It's gonna get you, man." And next thing you know, I'm like right there. He just turns around and headshot. I'm like, what? How? You know, and
oh man.
You know, he was one of the people that would be kicked out a lot, you know, because of his shenanigans. But I mean, you gotta respect it though. You gotta respect that skill.
Yeah.
And, you know, not a lot of people are doing it anymore. Or can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you still kind of have that.
Yeah. I mean, you have it over like Discord and like PlayStation Chat or like Xbox Party. It's not quite the same.
It's not, because I mean, you still have the problems of like lag.
Yeah.
You know, so like you're on the mic and you're like, next thing you know, it's all staticky, or it sounds like you're in a tunnel. You're like, hey man, you know, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, or sometimes the game lags too. You know, next you know, like you're in one part of the map, and then it lags, and then you're like next to like a rock, like 20 meters away, and you're like, what? How? You know, or you killed somebody by accident.
Yeah,
because that's happened to me a lot when we were playing GTA 5.
Oh,
we would just have like these massive games, and we'll play. My internet sucked that I used to have.
Yeah.
So it would lag, and I would just like run over my own my teammates over, and I'm like, they're like, "Hey man, what are you doing, man?" And I'm like, "It's not me. It's
it's
my
the
internet.
lag.
It's the lag."
Damn you, SBC.
Yeah, so that, you know, we still have those downfalls, but I mean, like connecting and interacting. I mean, we still have that element.
Yeah.
But I mean, still can't be LAN or split screen though.
Anyways, one of the things I was kind of talking to Mario about earlier with sprinting is like in the original Halos, the original like Unreal Tournament doesn't have it, but because of the pace of those games, you never really felt like you needed it. But then Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, I feel was like I think the first major game that I played that had it, where like I felt like you needed it too. Because Call of Duty 2 is like, you know, World War II with like the depending on whether you're the Germans or the Russians or the British or the Americans. If you're Americans, you had the M1, which was semi-auto, but then everybody else had bolt action. And so like, you know, you fire the shot and you got a little while before you can fire again, and that shot's like one hit kill, you know.
Yeah. But
it was good because like it was hard to hit people because, you know, you had the sprint and all that. And then Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare, it kind of needed it too because you needed to be able to get around those maps and stuff.
Oh yeah, they introduced like a lot bigger maps for multiplayer. I mean, you still got those little small ones like
the shipping containers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was another one, wasn't there?
There's
like a desert kind of, or was it that another one? Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2, yeah, there's that desert one where it's like a thing in the middle, right? And then it's like some containers spread around.
Yeah, like those little, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's that one, if it's the first Modern Warfare or the second one. But I just remember the containers.
Yeah.
You mean you can suck and still get a lot of kills? You know? But at the same time, you can suck and die a lot too.
Yeah. I think at the time that was, you know, that is one of the... That's one of the maps where like the map design was just, you know, on point for fairness. Like, you know, you could suck, but as long as, you know, you can kind of hit the trigger while something's, you know, while you get the gun generally pointed at something, you have enough openings where like as a noob who doesn't know the map, you can still get kills. Or like even if you're a noob who knows the map and you just like, you don't have that like precision aim, you still have enough openings around to like get people, whether you're getting them while they're fighting each other or like. I think the reason sprint plays a big role in that is it's the thing that gives you the ability to actually just get around, because if you're walking, for sure you're getting picked off because it took too long for you to get from this cover to that cover. But one of the arguments I kind of have about it is like it also allows you the ability to camp. on bigger maps. So like you can camp this area, get a couple kills, and then once the person that you're trolling figures out like, oh, I know where he is. He's over here in these bushes. Sprint gives you the opportunity to like, all right, you killed him. You got a decent shot. You got a decent idea that he knows where you are because he saw where the shot came from.
Right.
So now Sprint gives you the ability to get the hell out of there and then post up on another spot, camping, waiting for this guy to come back to that bush to go kill you.
That's where you really mess with his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it allows for these mind games.
Well, for me, Sprint, the only time I use it is, well, like you said, you know, getting to point A to point B faster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to get to cover faster. The main reason I use it for is just to run like hell, like get the hell out of there. You know, somebody throws a grenade, you got the little grenade marker, like that you're next to it. You know, you just like run like hell from. Doesn't matter what direction, just get away from the grenade.
Yeah.
Or when you're just getting heavy fire.
Yeah.
You know, just run also. Try to get away and try to find cover so you can regenerate your health and go back in there again. So those are the main points that I use it for, and pretty much everybody else does too. The downside to it, can't really think of one. I wouldn't say you can call it a downside because how long you can sprint for. I mean the reason for that is to make it competitive, right? Because it's not like your character can realistically run throughout the whole map without getting tired. Yeah. You know, so they have to make it realistic to the point where like you can only run for 5 seconds. I don't know if Call of Duty made it seem like if you're carrying not that much heavy stuff, like heavy
you move a little bit faster.
Yeah, or like if you're like carrying bigger guns, you can only sprint for so long, like 2-3 seconds, compared to someone that just has a shotgun and he can sprint for 5-7 seconds. Yeah. I don't know if they've done that or.
I don't know exactly.
Or maybe just never paid attention to it.
Yeah. So Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not sure if you played it at all.
No.
If you get a chance, they do like free weekends and stuff. Yeah. I believe it's on everything. It's on like all the consoles. Oh. I think. I don't know for sure about Switch. So that one, it's very class based. You have these characters called operators, and each one has a specific like setup. It's a little like Call of Duty where you can do like a weapon setup. Yeah. But like they all kind of have their primary functions, and so there are some people who would be like the scouts who can move faster just in general. But then I think they can sprint longer too. So it's kind of like what you're talking about. But one thing I find with the game, when I was talking about it earlier, was there's so many different like movement modes in that. There's like, okay, you can be prone. You can be crouched. You can be walking. You can be sprinting. You can be stealth walking. You could be like, I don't know if crouched sprinting is like a thing, but anyways, all these different modes and even the different operators, like their bulk and their size, affect how loud your footsteps are. And like the footsteps, like for some of the characters are like super obvious. Siege is a very like attack and defend kind of game. So it's like you take turns, kind of like Counter-Strike. Oh, yeah. But it's like, all right, some of the heavier guys, like the second they step into the house, all right, you already know who's in the house and you kind of know where because their footsteps are so strong. Regardless of where you are in the house, you could be in the basement. If it's the like there's a high-rise building level, like as soon as this character steps onto some metal, you're like, oh, he's on the catwalk on the second floor. Gears 4, you can sprint forever. Gears 4 and Gears 5. Yeah. And the thing is, it's kind of believable for those characters because they're these hulking dudes with, there's these hulking dudes with like muscle and all this gear and crap, and they've been fighting for like a long time. So, they're fit as hell. Right. So it's believable. Also, because the way the map's laid out, there's lots of cover. You don't really have that many like straight paths through the map where you're sprinting for like an unbelievable amount of time. all the maps, it seems sizable enough that like it's believable that whatever distance you're sprinting, you can sprint, unless like you manage to like somehow get your way so you're like running, and still when you're sprinting you like curve around, and then you manage to just like curve all the way back and do some long path where you don't have to stop sprinting.
Right.
But like most of the maps, it's super hard to get that. Gears is very much like move. Okay, we make contact with the enemy. Take cover. Cover, shoot. Oh shit, they're bearing down on us, and then you sprint backwards to retreat a little bit, or you sprint ahead to like advance some time. Right. And then sometimes you're like sprinting to like reinforce your guys. So it shapes the gameplay that way. For Battlefront is Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars 2. Do you know if you can sprint?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one, that's the reason why I was asking about like in Call of Duty they do that, about like how fast they can go.
Yeah.
Because I believe Battlefront does that.
Yeah, like if you're holding like a bazooka or something, you're barely sprinting.
Yeah, like the heavy gunners, they move really slow, and when you sprint, they don't move that fast.
Yeah.
Or compared to like the officers that just carry like that small gun, they literally like run all over the map. The other stormtroopers, just carry like a regular blaster. They can, they sprint for a lot longer and a lot faster. No, yeah, they have that. They have sprinting. I don't know about the droids though.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I feel like they give you like an unfair advantage. Now, do you find yourself sprinting more towards the fight, or more like, oh crap, we're not going to win this fight, and sprinting away? Or is it kind of both?
It's kind of both, just depending where I'm at in the match. Like if it's like in the beginning of it, of course, like I want to get my kills, so I'll run towards where the fight is. Especially if I respawn somewhere really far. Yeah, because there's some games that respawn you like not that far. You're like literally like right there. Yeah. Which bugs the hell out of me, because like you'll respawn. Yeah, and then in the middle of the fight. And you're dead already. They'll respawn you away from the fight, and then you gotta like sprint. For a really long time just to get there, and a lot of players take advantage of that. Yeah. Knowing that you're going to sprint far away. So they'll camp in between the fight. Yeah. So they'll just like wait for...
and just pick you off.
Yeah. I really hated that. I think the first Battlefront does that.
I'm kind of like wondering what I'm going to do. Just because for now, I'm kind of accounting for like a lower player size. Like I'm thinking for the modes like Deathmatch, we're definitely going to try to have the maps where... you can get 32 players in. Right. I don't know if I'm going to try for any more than that, because that's craziness. Who knows? Maybe it'll be fun craziness.
Hey, it's always fun with more people.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just chaos and anarchy.
That's true, I don't know. That's kind of tricky to respawning.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to work out some kind of like algorithm or something. I'm sure all the developers out there, we're gonna do it better so this doesn't happen, because everybody hates when you spawn and it's like right away you're dead. So in Gears there's a mode where you get rewarded for kills. Basically you store your kills as points. Right. You can use those points to buy better weapons just like mid game anywhere on the map. So it's kind of cool. But what'll piss you off sometimes, someone will spawn behind you. Like an enemy will spawn behind you, and like you just bought a gun that cost you like 7 kills or 8 kills or something. Like you got the badass tier gun, and then you get freaking picked off right away, and you don't even get a shot off with your gun. Damn. Or worse, you get 1 shot off. Because if you get no shots off, they'll refund you. Pretty much. Yeah. Like maybe I think they take away one kill, but then they'll refund you the rest. So you got your 6 points back out of your 7. But if you get a shot off, you get shit.
Damn, that's.
It's harsh, but it's part of the game. I'm hoping to do spawning a little better.
That's the one thing.
It makes me sad.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about games lately, is that you just got buy everything,
you can't on a lot of them, like you can't grind for it if you wanted to grind for it.
Yeah, that too. You can't You just gotta get lucky with the loot boxes or the. Oh, that's pretty much it. The loot boxes.
Yeah.
You know, I freaking hated it one day. I mean, I was cool when Overwatch was the one that introduced that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Overwatch introduced it, I was like, it was cool because it was Overwatch thing.
Did you ever play any of the shooter games that have like the class system, you know, kind of like Overwatch, where like you have healers, you have tanks, you have attackers, you know, you have these guys that are better like defenders or whatever.
Like shooters, or just like overall?
I mean more towards shooters, but like just in overall where it's like kind of a like team versus team event.
Right. I mean, the only game that I legit can remember is
Team Fortress.
Nah, Overwatch.
Overwatch? Yeah.
Overwatch was like, I think it was the game that introduced me towards all that. Like, you know, like you got your healer, you know, you got your tanks.
Yeah. I feel like if you didn't play Team Fortress, Overwatch was like the first game that really made all that make sense.
Yeah.
What I was talking to Mario about earlier is you'll notice in Overwatch, so deathmatch exists. It is like a very little portion of the games played. The majority are always like carry the payload or like king of the hill type thing.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that class system kind of lends itself to that. I don't know if that's going to play a role in the game I'm trying to make.
Yeah, because in Overwatch, last time I played it,
mm-hmm.
the team has to be made up of different classes.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, you can all be Diva or something.
Yeah.
You know, like only one person can be Diva, another person can be Mercy, and etc. When the game first came out, it didn't do that.
I don't think so.
Nah, it's like anybody can pick whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
You know, you can have like 3 Divas in one team or whatever, and just, you know, go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with the updates and like, you know,
yeah,
trying to make the game more challenging,
yeah,
you know, more fresh, right? I guess.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it fresh, keep it competitive. Also in the equation, it's harder to balance all the characters when you can have multiples of the same character.
Yeah.
Like that becomes every time you add a character, it becomes like, you know, an order of magnitude more complex. So I think that's one of the other reasons they didn't do it. With the number of characters that are in there right now, I can imagine trying to balance that's a nightmare.
And there's more now, right? They've been adding this.
Yeah, probably since you played. There's probably like 3 new characters. Because like, do you know who Ash is? There's some new person. I forget his name.
The last new person that I can remember that was in the game last time I played was some purple chick.
That was like redhead? Like a redhead chick with purple costume?
I think so. She had like a Spanish name.
Moira?
I think so.
Or oh no, purple chick. You're thinking oh god, that's gonna drive me crazy.
I remember there was some tentacle dude too, wasn't it? Or is it because I'm like more asleep than awake right now? See if Tyler was here.
Symmetra?
He can figure it out.
Oh no, Sombra. This chick?
That chick. That was the last Sombra.
Oh man.
That was the last chick that was like brand new to the game from the last time I played.
Okay, so you played you haven't played Overwatch in like 4 years, I think.
Sounds about right. Wait, how old is Overwatch?
Oh yeah.
I feel like it came out 2 years ago. Because they already
Launched
announced
it?
number 2.
Did they?
I think so.
May 24th, 2016.
I don't know. I wasn't really a big Overwatch fan. I mean, I got the game when it came out because of the hype. And then I played it. At that time, we had a group of friends that would play. We would play like new games and stuff together.
Yeah.
You know, so we can all play and, you know, basically see who's better than who. The thing about it was I was the only one that didn't work with them. My schedule was the only one that was messed up. You know, they all had the same schedule. So after work, they literally got on their consoles and played with each other. Like, I feel like Overwatch is, to me, it was more playing with friends and then just getting a match with random people and just I don't know, like, to me it was just boring. I was just like sitting there.
Oh, it was boring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to me it felt boring. Like, I was like, man.
Oh, but when you were bored, were you by yourself or you were with your guys?
No, I was by myself. You know, I would just pick up a game with like random people.
See, that's what Destiny is for me. Like when I got my squad, Destiny is amazing. Destiny's fun. AJ and I can play that crap for hours. We could play that for days. But if it's just AJ or just me, especially when it's just me, I'm bored before I even like get my daily quest. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do for our game right now is I'm working basically off the idea of like, oh, let's just keep it simple, because like all the new games, it feels like they're trying to cram a lot in there. One of the first things I'm going to be working on is just a simple sprint. It's like you hit shift and you're running faster, you let go of shift, you're running slower. Maybe if we need to like kind of balance that out a little bit, one of the things I'm toying around with is like, okay, if you take some damage while you're sprinting, you stop, you like get knocked out of sprint. Or maybe, you know, we'll set like a time limit on how long you can sprint for, like seconds or whatever. Like, right. Oh, you're sprinting for like 10 seconds, and then now you're out of breath, and you need like 10 seconds recovery time or something.
Right. Make things fair. No.
I'm figuring we'll play around with something like that. And then health, since you haven't played that many class games, and Mario is like kind of torn on it. Yeah, he was talking about the class games. One of the things I feel like, and what you're saying is like, if you have the classes like that, yeah, you gotta squad up. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Because like I'm playing Overwatch, and like when I play with randos, sometimes if they're competitive, then the randos know what to do, and then I'm the one effing everything up because I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy. You know, I don't want to ruin the experience for other people. But then in a lot of games now, I feel like you have to squad up anyways. Like the maps are designed that way. Where like Unreal Tournament, it's like, oh, you want to squad up? That's cute. There's 40 paths between you and the enemies right now. And if you do all decide to go down the same path, chances are they're coming at you through a different path. So you got to split up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when they were making Unreal Tournament, they watched the last Scooby-Doo. Gang, let's split up and look for clues.
They had to. I mean, like, damn, like, I would get lost in those maps. I legit feel like I was running in circles half the time. I'm like, it's like, I swear I've seen this photo before.
Sometimes the circles are the way to make it happen.
Right?
Certain ones, like, that's how I used to come out on top, like, in that class. It was just, I just run this pattern, and all the people, like, I know that, like, no matter what, I'm going to run into somebody. I just got to be ready to take them out. And then as I'm running that path, like, I know along that path, like, oh, I'm going to be picking up health as I go. So by the time I hit the next group of people, it's like, my health is back. My ammo's back. 3 kills are about to be on that board.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I know there was one map where I'm like, I know where that rocket launcher is. I just go straight for it.
Make a beeline for that Redeemer, and then get like 6 kills like off the start.
Yup. Like every time we hit that map, I'm like, yes. I was like, I know where to go. And then I'll just go straight towards it. Like, and at the same time, going for it while I'm there, I get to pick up armor and like other ammo that I need, and then bam, rocket launchers right there. And then I go crazy because that's when I can actually hit people.
Yeah.
The health? What would you do for health?
For health, what I'm gonna do both probably. Developing takes time.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to develop. I'm gonna develop regen health, and I'm gonna do health pickups on the map. But in order to do health, I also have to implement health from scratch, and then I also have to implement your ability to take damage and what damages you, and part of being able to damage each other is also going to be like getting some baseline like weapons built out. So Unreal Tournament, it comes with a first-person shooter template, but that actually doesn't have health in it yet. Basically, you're this guy, and you have this gun that shoots like tennis balls. And it's cool because the tennis balls are actually like physics.
Yeah.
But that gun, if you're shooting other people, doesn't do any damage because they don't have any health to take the damage away from. And like, it's just a ball gun. What about all the other gun modes or whatever? So I think I'm going to try to make that. One of the things I'm going to have to do is figure out how to make that ball gun do damage.
Right.
We're going to take health a little bit at a time. I want to try to organize something. So like, I'll try to figure out a day we can get everyone together, and then we'll get like maybe like 6 or 8 machines together so we could play multiplayer. This first one is probably just gonna be super basic deathmatch. And then what I mean by basic is like we might have to keep score on paper. At first. And then I'll collect the feedback, and then because my plan is to like build some of these systems and iterate on them to make them better. So since we'll wrap this, if you like this video, give it a like, a thumbs up. If you're looking for new stuff from us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to see like a developer vlog about progress I'm making on stuff throughout the week and everything from me, go ahead and let me know in the comments.
You want us to get like an Unreal game going?
Yeah, Mario was talking about that too.
Get that going on Twitch or something.